So how does it feel to wake up in the next day and be a winner?
It feels really good, man. It's a relief in a way. We got these next couple of days off. It's been a hectic first 3 rounds, man.
Well, I said this, and I don't know if my broadcast partner last night, Carlos Robles, believed me, but I said you guys weren't a first half team, that you guys had been, doing most of your work in the second half, besides the Hannah game.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's been almost like that all year. We get I don't want to say a slow start, but we got to kind of get a feel for the game. And it goes with the coaching staff and the players. In the second half, of course, we have to make our adjustments. And in a lot of the games, we made the adjustments pretty well. The kids have responded pretty well and executed the second half. And that was a perfect example last night, as far as settling for outside shots, 3-point shots more specifically in the first half, and then making the adjustment where, they're in a man-to-man defense. It's the second half. They may be a little winded. We're going to put a little bit more defensive pressure on them. So that pressure is going to tire them out, and then we're going to start attacking the basket on offense. I think it worked in our favor.
Now, before the game, you had mentioned that you were going to stay in a zone. You were going to start in a zone. You stayed in that zone all night. You stayed in there 2-3 pretty much the entire night, except for the whenever you trapped. But then you went back to the zone.
Yeah, I mean, we tried a lot of things. Arden and South had a great first half where they were penetrating on their zone. They were hitting their outside shot. We tried to do a little bit of a zone trapping. Also, they were moving the ball very well and getting to the basket. It's not till the second half where we kind of extended the pressure full court, where I think it rushed their offense. They weren't able to settle down, move the ball as well. They kind of seemed a little rushed on some possessions. So fortunately, they in our favor they missed some shots, and we were able to get the ball back quicker and get a couple more possessions that second half.
I thought when Brian Molina, Coach Molina, put in Morton in the first half, that was kind of what they put in, like a bigger lineup, and the bigger lineup really helped them. And then in the second half, you guys really took it to the hole, drew some fouls, and they had to make the adjustments, because they lost some of their bigs.
No, exactly. I mean, that lineup definitely threw us off. To go man or zone, either defense we did. I mean, they did a great job crashing the offensive boards. You got a couple of second, third chance points there down the stretch. I mean, even rebounding off a missed free throw. We didn't do a good job boxing them out because of their size. But the second half, I said, you know what, we can't match up with that lineup. We can't match up with them. The half court set, we have to do something different, and the adjustment was to pick them up full court, make them run the floor a little bit more, and I think that worked to our advantage.
Now, I thought in the second half, Ellis was your big rebounder. He was your big energy guy. He kind of kept you. He brought some toughness to your team.
Oh yeah, Dion did a phenomenal job. I mean that second half, and what do you call it? Picking up the intensity, picking up the energy, and on both ends. He picked up some big offensive boards, made some key free throws down the stretch. And of course, defensive boards. I mean, he did a great job in the middle there. We were in a man, or we even went to a 1-3-1 down the stretch to stop penetration. And he did a great job just limiting Harlingen South to one shot and out.
Now that was last night. You've got to move on. I mean, I imagine today's practice is going to be pretty much on your next opponent. And your next opponent is who again?
It's going to be Schertz Clemens. Yeah. Right now, I'm still up in the air as far as the time. I need to find that out. But it's going to be Schertz Clemens, and what I know about them is that they do a great job, extending their defense. They try to put a lot of pressure on you. They're very quick, fast, and athletic, so they try to speed up the game and tire you out so they can get some easy possessions, some turnovers, and so they can get some easy buckets with their full court press. But today's going to be, we'll hit the weight room. We'll do some form shooting, just easy stuff. I'll talk about our next opponent, and then we'll really, I'll come up with a game plan, and then we'll really try to execute what we want to do come Friday night on Thursday.
Now, you were kind of the belle of the ball last night. I mean, after the game, everybody was coming up to you. What is it like? I mean, because, you brought McHi's back to the Sweet 16.
Oh, it's great. It was a great feeling last night to have, the whole McAllen community, especially some of the McHi alumni, and all the support from the administration, from the teachers, from the students. I mean, it was just a great atmosphere for McHi basketball, and I think that shows you a lot as far as, how much they appreciate all the hard work we've done all season, and to actually win a big game, showcased there at UTPA Fieldhouse, third round, being able to win that game and go into the regional tournament up in San Antonio. I think it says a lot about our program and where we're headed, and it says a lot about our fan base, and how much spirit, the McAllen Bulldogs have.
Last question I have is this. Last night, down the stretch, your point guard, Joan, he had a couple, I would say, questionable possessions where he got rid of the ball kind of, it wasn't pretty. You called timeout on one of them, and you were talking to him. What did you tell him? I mean, you're a former point guard.
Down the stretch there, I was trying to settle him down. He's too good of a point guard to try to force some shots. There's a couple times there I wanted him to penetrate. He did a great job penetrating, and finishing. He did a great job penetrating and looking for the open man. But sometimes, it's not, the lane's not going to be there. So I was trying to tell him, if it's not there, we didn't need to force up a shot. Okay, we had them on their heels. We're in control of this game. We got to keep control of this game, and we can't go losing some of these possessions down the stretch. And I try to remind him that you're the one that can control that. You're the point guard. You're the one that I always want the ball in your hands all the time. So I was trying to settle him down. He just caught a couple timeouts here and there, settle him down offensively, but also defensively. I think he picked up a little cheap reach-in foul here down the stretch. Put them on the line. I believe they tied us when we first took the lead. Both teams were in the bonus, so I was trying to settle them down both offensively and defensively, to play smart and to let them know, not just him, but let the whole team know that the smarter team down the stretch is going to win this game, and that we have to finish the game. So we did a hell of a job coming back, playing hard defensively, and offensively, but we had to finish the game, on the defensive end, but also taking care of the ball and taking smart shots.
Well, you did that, and you got the victory, and now you get to go to San Antonio. In your first year or two, I mean, it's got to feel great. Well, best of luck to you on Friday night. Hopefully we get to see you Saturday night, too.
Yeah, well, like I said before, it's been a long season. It's been a great season, but these boys really deserve it. They've worked hard, and good things happen to you when you work hard, and I'm proud of them, and I couldn't be more proud of them, and, I hope we can take this momentum into San Antonio and do some good things up there.
Well, good luck, man. We'll be up there.
Okay. Thanks,
all right,
Jake.
Thanks, man. All right, bye.